That is not something you need to say.
All right. We're recording now.
All right.
No more the
more
phallic
jokes.
objects
No
in
more
people's
jokes.
mouths.
Oh god. I think getting your giggles out just rammed them deeper into my brain. That's gonna be a weird session.
All right. So when open
As if they're not normally.
Okay, so there should be underneath your characters' names there, like a really brief description of what they're doing here. And the basic idea, I actually I omitted my normal read this aloud text because I realized how stupid that was whenever I did it for all about. Every time I sent that to someone, and I got like playtest recording of them doing it, they would always be like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna read this out loud ever." Like, what kind of idiot does that? And then I ran it myself, and I was like, "Holy shit, I'm not even reading it out loud." Okay, I fucked this up. So anyway, so I decided to omit that, but there's a little brief thing here. So basically, the Brotherhood of Freaks, the guys who do the messenger stuff, have tasked you guys with delivering a mysterious package for the embarrassing sum of money from the mountains where you're in down to someone named Two Souls Bow, who is apparently in this the southern part of this. I don't even know what you want to call this thing. It's like a little stub. It's like an inland thing. So basically, you got to travel down through this suburb of a city and down this rocky chasm, and eventually at the end of that, whenever you hit the sea, you'll find Two Soul Bow's fortress, and you're just supposed to deliver that to them, and you get paid for that. So that's your duty. You both have your own motivations for seeing. Actually, all the different 7 starting characters do. In addition to the Two Souls Bow thing, one of your battle brothers on the. Oh no, wait, you're not in the Gold Mines. You're
5-star spirits.
Here. What's your thing? I forgot what I wrote for him.
Enforce justice in a lawless world.
No, his thing here.
Last of his kind and his clan, 5-star spirits slain by their foes, the Shadow Vipers.
Yep.
Travels with the group to seek vengeance against flesh-eating Sage, one of the 3 warlords.
You want to fight the boss. God, he's such an asshole, too.
I want to beat his face in.
Full disclosure, I don't know if I made him too strong. I made him for 3 characters, number 1, and I also was thinking that you guys have an average of 5 effort, so I was like, well, I gotta make him a rank that's high enough that he has, like, in that, 12 to 15 effort range. But when he does that, he winds up having just, like, a shit ton of powers. So he might be way too tough for starting characters to fight. We'll see. Okay, so you want to fight the boss because he killed your master. By the way, as powerful as he is, it took 3 of him to kill the guy that trained you. Just to give you an idea of just how badass that dude was.
All right.
And you actually want to talk to Two Souls Bow for a totally different reason, because you believe that she's unlocked some sort of path to immortality, which is really great if you're planning on ruling the world, which obviously, being the best and most suited for that, you are.
Of course.
All
Look
right.
at me. I'm God.
That's great. Whew. All right, so.
You gonna survive after that?
Yeah, I'm okay. I laughed for like 5 solid minutes. I actually hurt myself.
You had some tears in your eyes.
Yeah, I'm not even surprised. I'm actually crying that I laughed so hard about my stupid jokes.
Means we're off to a good start this evening.
I mean, at least we're in lively spirits. Okay, so let's see here. So you start off coming down from the mountain pass, and these are extremely icy cold mountains, by the way. Real kind of like sword jutting into heaven kind of mountains.
This is
and
fine.
You find yourself in...
Everything's fine.
You got a leather jacket. He's just got rags.
I'm almost floating around.
Oh my god, I really like the image that Kazuki made for both. He did both the arts on both of these. He arted out like no one's business.
I almost wish you could see the scars on the chest from something that you... Yes.
You want his nice seven scars up there? Nice.
You do
little
realize
holes?
it's the Big Dipper, right?
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I understand what he's referencing when he made the class, made the character.
True. Jaggy from Fist of the North Star.
Yeah, well...
The real man with 7 scars.
I mean, he
King
is...
of dungeon crawlers.
He is, and everyone knows his name. Like,
Yes,
he's
it's Lord Jaggy.
What's his name?
Exactly, Lord Jaggy. As we all know. Anyway, you wind up yourself in Scrap Village. I'm just going to read this out loud because I'm lazy. A village of tin and adobe. Oh, I put adobe down there. Greets the travelers as they descend from the icy mountain trail. Its inhabitants are sunken-eyed and withdrawn. Its conquerors, tanks parked and weapons slung, stride through the quiet streets with wicked satisfaction. I kept that punchy. Good job, me. So yeah, basically it's just like this scrap town. It's clearly been the site of at least some battles, and the conquerors are all flying the colors of the Shadow Vipers. They have a lot of crimson and like viper and demonic iconography. They've got tanks, and they're kind of like marching around with assault weapons and things like that, basically like policing the population and keeping them in line. So that's what greets you guys as you float or stride all valiant-like down from the mountains. Who's carrying the package, by the way? This thing is about, actually it's about as long as this table, and about half as wide. And it's this, like, thin, like, wooden box that's been, like, tied and sealed.
Probably the man with, like, actual arms.
Arms and muscle. You have arms. They're just tiny, child-sized arms.
It's strapped to my back.
I'll have you know, these are real man arms.
All right. If we actually had character sheets, I'd have you write it under your possessions. Go ahead and just make a note that you're carrying it. Because you might lose it. The great thing about an adventure like this, where you're just going from place to place, is that even though there's kind of a loose scripting for it, like you guys could do the hell whatever you wanted to, and I love that. So let's immediately have this send off the rails.
Alright, I'm gonna go to the brothel then.
Yeah! I didn't write down a brothel, but I'm not ruling out that there might be one.
Curses.
So you're just gonna conquer the brothel? Or like,
Of course, I'll be the best brothel maiden.
yeah, you are definitely gonna get stares because you're floating around like a fucking ghost. So, yeah, it's noticeable. So I see you can just like approach someone and ask for the brothel, or like
no.
Is this legitimately happening? Because I
No,
want to play this out. No. This is not the weirdest shit that's happened at my table.
It really isn't.
You
That's actually sad.
It's not the weirdest thing I've done.
It's not the weirdest thing that happened before the camera started rolling. The 10-minute long dick joke giggling was probably that.
People will be listening.
They will only hear the apocrypha of the dick joke. They will never hear the true dick jokes. You're incredibly stupid.
Sorry, guys, you're all left on a cliffhanger.
So, what about you, Edward? What do you want to do while you're down here in this town here, as it is?
Gonna try to find the inn, or the closest thing to it.
Man, same fucking building. I'm just gonna go full on man with metal fists on you guys. But yeah, there is a big kind of like inn slash like tea house kind of thing. You figure you could probably get a prostitute if you really wanted to, like. You're a tiny little floaty man, so I don't know.
Side glance to the floating boy.
How viable that is for you. Like, I have to think that you have the voice and mannerisms of Danny DeVito. Would you like to try an egg in these trying times?
Hello there.
That's your new character voice, Zach.
Yes.
You heard it first. That's the official voice of Spiteful Prince. Beautiful.
Why, hello there. Would you like to pledge loyalty to me? No?
So I started blasting.
So anyway, guys, I just started blasting. I don't know why the town's, like, not worshiping yet.
Okay. So anyway, as you float by there, you go by the pillory in the town square. A scuffle breaks out between four folks who don't look like the sunken-eyed townsfolk around them. Actually, they're flying the colors, or they've got like the weapons and armory of the Golden Lions. So you guys recognize that, and they start fighting with 2 squads, so 20 total of these red-clad marauders. So, yeah, straight up brawl happening as you stroll towards the end, and they are getting their asses handed to them.
The Shadow Vipers or the Golden Lions?
Golden Lions. These clearly aren't martial artists of your caliber. They're probably just some sort of like, I don't know what I don't want to say trainee, but yeah, it's basically these guys aren't even like worthy of going to the sacred fry vats yet. They have to work the counter of the gods.
Oof. Low of the low.
The lowest of the low. Yeah, they're getting their asses kicked. You do note that the village folks are kind of like waiting on the sidelines. They're not interfering. They're just kind of like watching this go down. I mean, so anyway, that happens. Just toss that out there. Oh, and don't forget, you can every scene you can hit one of your Dharma triggers, either the positive or the negative one. Positive one gets you karma. The negative one gets you karma and a Zooey. If you want to. It's one opportunity per scene for both of you. But you tell me like how you want to do it, because like they're kind of, as you'll note, they're kind of open.
They definitely are, especially on mine with this particular scenario.
Yeah, I mean, you're not a huge fan of the Shadow Vipers in general. And you also don't note that there's any... Like, you do note that there's no real martial artist here, like you guys. These are just goons and thugs who have way better weaponry. They actually haven't even shot any bullets at this point. They're just, like, pistol whipping them and shit. And there's a little bit of sword play, but it's pretty pathetic. This is, however, making you guys a lot less noticeable, so that's nice.
I think we should probably just leave them be.
Yeah, I'm not getting involved if you're not.
If they're going to perish anyway, weaklings.
The weaklings don't deserve to live.
Just keep going?
Yeah.
We just keep going.
Alright, cool. So you guys head inside the inn. Some obsequious innkeeper immediately greets you. He's like, "For travelers to our lands, welcome! Please have a seat and some tea."
I will give him a glance.
Do you even sit?
I give him a glance.
He's visibly unnerved under your creepy red eyes.
Quit scaring the poor bastard.
Insinuating that I need a seat.
I do not seat. Sitting is for the weak. I prefer to stand.
Little did you know I'm crisscross applesauce right now.
This very moment I am crisscross applesauce.
Do you even have
likes of which
legs?
you cannot conceive. Actually, I think he is crisscross applesauce. I'm not joking. I'm pretty sure that like in earlier drafts of that, Kazuki like had him in the lotus position, and he just kind of covered it up with all of his stuff there.
I mean, that makes sense. It means that he won't like get his legs shot off or blown off by any like low blows.
I mean, that's sort of like zen to the way the guy works. So, okay, you guys head on inside the inn. You can hear some gunplay from outside as the last of the rebels are gunned down.
Sucks for them.
Aren't you supposed to be the good guy?
Yep. So, you are currently sitting and enjoying some tepid, clearly watered down, slightly oily tea. What's the next move, folks?
So we're heading to a fortress.
Mm-hmm. Fortress far to the south of this place.
Right. Speaking to the innkeeper, which I assume is still there at the bar or whatever.
Yeah, you can summon him pretty easily. Like,
Yes.
he's reasonably busy trying to keep the patrons distracted from the execution that's going on outside.
Yeah.
Never die. But I'm gonna die. I'm definitely dying now. A big hug. Oh, if someone can help me.
Shut up and die faster.
Oh, they were here all day. It would save me. Now I'm still joking.
Summon the innkeeper.
Oh.
Amidst the poor bastard
I'm
who
not dead yet, but I'm still dying.
I will throw a knife at this guy.
Immediately goes to Monty Python humor. Okay.
Summon the innkeeper and see if I
you'll be
can't
fine.
get some sort of layout of the town.
Oh, yes.
Roughly describe the direction we're trying to head.
Yeah, he can. Well, when you give him an idea of where you need to go, he's like, "Oh, well, there's no real safe way to get there," and he'll kind of give you a little general sketch here, as I have got this lovely map I've made. He's like, directly to the south of the town is the battlefield where the war is still being fought, so that's a bit of a dangerous area right there. Unfortunately, the only other way around, since the Proudlands are over here and they always have very high winds and sandstorms, which are unfortunately fatal to most travelers, is through this area. Let me consult the GM notes. I mean my memory. And this is a strictly forbidden place. That is where the new masters of the town came from, and they have said that it is illegal for us to go here on pain of death. So I would strongly recommend not going that way. Well, that's your options. So good luck with that.
I assume we're trying to get down there to, what is that, 8 or 6?
Yeah, 5 here.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, he can give you a little bit more info. Like generally, this is Luckless Schwann's territory. Apparently, he has strongholds here. The Fortress of Two Souls Bow is well known, but regarded as sort of a cursed place because monsters come out of there. So they tend to avoid it if they can. And over here is the former Black Star City, where the Shadow Vipers hold sway. And like you said, this is kind of a forbidden area. But this part right here, this larger band, is a market that used to be really prosperous back before the war started. And he suspects that it's still pretty prosperous as well, because this over here is a shipyard that goes into the Cursed Sea, and there's still ships that come there. Of this tower, he will not speak, but apparently there's some eerie edifice rising out of a dark place in the center of the city. And he's like, that place is best avoided. We don't speak of it. And then he does some kind of arcane symbol and kisses some holy prayer beads that he has. Just in case. Just in case the spirits are watching.
Sounds eerily familiar with a previous run we had, not gonna lie.
The Shadow Vipers have an MO, Edward.
Clearly.
They're very, very evil. They
Although it wasn't actually the Shadow Vipers in the one where they were trying to summon some sort of demon king.
It was 100% the Shadow Vipers.
Oh, it was?
The Shadow Vipers are the bad guys.
Okay.
They're always the bad guys, except when they're not.
I mean, I'd say it all depends on your point of view, but okay.
I would definitely say even the Shadow Vipers think that they're the bad guys. There comes a point when you're summoning
a bad guy.
demons
Doesn't
from
mean you're
hell,
a bad guy.
and you're like, you turn to your friend and you're like, I think this might be the moment when we became the bad guys. Literally ripping open a hell mouth here. I feel like we might be the baddies. Anyway,
I don't know, Jerry. I think we're doing all right. I think we still got the moral high ground on those darn.
I mean, we did sacrifice a whole bunch of innocent people for this. That's just an unbelievable amount of them.
I mean, a couple handfuls. I can't count above 2, so.
Well, you kept counting to 2 hundreds of times, though. I still feel like you have an idea for the scale of how many people that we murdered.
I don't know, Jerry. Is it
ritual
really murder?
sacrifice? It's ritual sacrifice, guys. Come on. There's a difference.
It was for the greater good. When you think about the greater good, it has to be more than that. That's still moral high ground.
Okay, Tao.
Anyway,
right.
so you learn the villager's scant knowledge of the world outside of his hovel.
All right.
While the rebel leader chokes to death outside, very annoyingly.
All right. As they would kind of skirt the edge there of that right edge there.
Will you two be staying the night? It's only 1/2 gold piece for every night spent. Yes, it's a very fair price.
Sounds like a ripoff. Let's just leave.
I say we kill everyone in the town.
This town doesn't deserve to live.
I have a new way of paying. It's called genocide.
Genocide. Listen.
All right, Griffith.
We just take over the town, and when they bend the knee to me, then we can stay the
Bend the
night.
knee.
Bend the knee.
Going all Game of Thrones on it.
How else are you supposed to say it? They all bow down to worship.
Yeah, you get to
We'll
say
do that on our
they'll
way
worship
back.
me.
Bow your head, peasants.
Bend the knee. I'm gonna write down the phrase "bad guys" over 2 ominous tins with circles around them. You guys just better not mess with those guys. They're bad. They're bad dudes. I'm gonna rewrite that bad dudes. They are bad enough dudes. Yeah, now we're rolling.
Oh, good God, no.
They are bad enough dudes.
Let's just head out
President.
now. Cover as much ground as we can before nightfall.
I would really not like to be in the battleground in the middle of night, or the forbidden ground in the middle of night.
Forbidden war zone. You could also go to the horrific sandstorms.
Actually, what time is it right now?
Oh, it's getting on. It's like 7, 8 o'clock, so sun is westerning.
Yeah, okay. So you should probably stay the night then.
Well, I don't have any money. I hope you do.
Of course I have money. Of course, this innkeeper will be alive in the morning to collect the money.
There's no way he'll asphyxiate on his own tongue, completely by accident. How's your tongue feeling, innkeeper? My tongue... Oh no! Look what happened! A coincidence! What could have foreseen?
What a coincidence! Oh God!
This is a real when you have a hammer, everything looks like a nail kind of scenario. I was worried about that with the I can choke people with psychic powers.
Well, I mean, yeah.
So, how's your day going?
I don't have any money.
Oh, okay, that's good.
So murder is your immediate go-to.
Well,
Without money, only murder is my recourse.
what would a guy with the name Spiteful Prince do to an innkeeper trying to get him to pay for a room?
I mean, full disclosure, that's exactly in character. So I didn't make
I
really.
did not see anything. I did not hear anything.
You're like, the innkeeper asked of us that which we did not have. It is just that he dies.
Yeah. Well, I guess
For
technically,
certain values of justice.
I suppose technically we could...
I heard he murdered people in his sleep. It's completely fine that he dies.
This rumor is clearly not... We don't need to substantiate that.
No, not at all.
He kicks puppies. I think he killed a cat once.
He smells very poorly. Poor personal hygiene is grounds for execution.
Yes.
Pretty sure Confucius said that.
All right.
Oh god, I wonder if he did.
Probably.
Take a bath or I'll murder you. Signed, Confucius. Let's etch that on history.
So I guess technically, if it's getting on late at night and we want to cover ground, we can cover ground in the war zone, because I have a sneaking suspicion that a lot of people don't really would fight, with guns or swords or anything in the middle of the night.
I mean, kind of has you kind of got no use for a gun if you can't see what you're shooting at.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, yeah, let's go.
I mean, could do that, or we can get a free night in the inn.
You're just itching to murder this guy.
I'm itching to murder anyone.
Well, let's murder some poor souls left on the battlefield. Let's go.
It's no fun. They have
You
to actually
could
fight
make
back.
it fun.
No, it's not.
I said you could make it fun.
Oh yes, brave warrior. Skedaddle skedoodle.
Your legs are now a noodle.
Here, let me soothe your wounds by crushing your trachea very gently. What have I unleashed on this poor world?
Oh god, no, that reminds me.
You're the one who handed him that character sheet.
You handed me the character sheet. You're like, yes, he's a psychic man with the cunning archetype, the one with the most focus points.
He doesn't have much focus. He could choke so many people concurrently. Okay, so you're just gonna head out without paying.
Of course. What am I supposed to pay him? I don't have to pay.
Yeah, he's really not gonna make a scene when the eerie ghost man leaves without saying anything. Because they're like, oh, thank God I wasn't choked. They were talking about it out loud. I was getting really nervous.
We haven't left yet.
Oh, God.
Oh yes, innkeeper, is your tongue feeling okay now?
Oh, no. It's just like that gypsy woman said.
Oh, Jesus. Here we go again.
Oh.
Oh, God. Okay. Jesus Christ. Okay, so we're heading to the battle zone. It is getting dark, so more difficult to see. Let's see if you guys get horrifically lost.
Totally lost, 100%.
Yeah, actually, as it gets darker and you head further south, it does get really disorienting. You aren't entirely certain that you're heading in the right direction anymore. So
This is fine.
A good opportunity to introduce you to taking actions.
Oh god.
Okay, so there's two ways to do it. I actually added a second way, because remember it used to be just that you had to roll and do the sets.
Mm-hmm.
You can do that should you wish. Just pick up a die per point in your effort pool and roll them, and then just line them up from lowest to highest, like so. I'm just going to give you an example here. Boop. So I got like a 2 and some shitty zeros, which are going to be friends over there. And you'll note that whenever you have sets, you're just going to stack them on top of each other. So you have this nice little conga line of dice.
Yep.
So that's a really crappy roll, but it is a good example. Because it's got a set in it, which I was really hoping I would get a set so I could exhibit that to you. And when you take an action, when you're just doing like something like this, where you're trying to do like one thing, you can just choose the highest set. You have the option to move other dice if you want to into your focus slots to use them for later, but you don't have to. And then when you're done, you just discard all the other dice you didn't use. Alternatively, you can do it really simple style. You now have an effortless stat. And effortless is just the rank of action you can take without rolling. So I think it's 1 for all the starting characters. That stacks on top of things like masteries, which give you a +1 rank to your resolution. So you could say if you wanted to be able to see in the dark, you could roll to see if your senses skill worked, which would be a really useful one here. And the higher rank you got, the more you'd be able to see. You could also roll, I don't know, intellect to see if there's a better way of like divining stuff by the stars or something like that. But I don't know, I think senses is a pretty good one.
Alright. So, let's see. With the effortless 1, masteries and senses, that would give me a rank 2 action, correct?
Yep, and then all we gotta do is go to the effect charts here and see what that does. So, you got power, agility, endurance, intellect, and senses. Senses is both for noticing stuff and also for hiding. It's the ninja skill. Alright, peak mortal capability. You can notice well-hidden or extremely subtle details. Like you can uncover a spy's false identity by observing their body language or smell of poison in cooked food. You can also hide in a partially concealed spot, such as within sparse vegetation or a dim room with no furniture. Alright, so I feel like if you can notice well-hidden or extremely subtle details, that's probably good enough to get a general sense of your direction and make certain you're still on the same course. It's not, unfortunately, going to be good enough to give you an idea of what you're walking into, though. So just give you an idea of, like, the boundaries of what that rank can do. If you'd prefer to roll it, you can give it a try. Because if you get a higher rank than 1, which it's pretty easy to do with effort dice, with 5 effort dice, then you might be able to push that up a little farther.
I can try. And I have an effort pool of 5?
Yep, because you're a cunning hero.
Okay.
And mine is the 4, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, effort is not your strong suit. Magic is. And don't forget, all of your skills, or all of your techniques, also boost skills as well. So, like, this one boosts power.
Yes, however, not showing a mastery on this one.
Oh, you should have a
All
mastery.
right. So I have an effort
You didn't
rank
get that
of
one down on this
3 now.
Huh,
I have a...
Yeah.
What's your mastery, buddy? Alright, you got a 3 now, huh? Alright.
Yeah, I got 2 7s plus my mastery and senses.
Oh, there it is. You didn't have it. Alright, endurance. Got it.
Alright, so 3 is considerably better. This is use a hyper-elevated sense to substitute for another, such as using echolocation to see in complete darkness, or scent to sense the emotional state of another through their pheromones. So, in this case, you could actually just see about as well as in daylight, even pure darkness. So that one's considerably more useful to you.
Alright. And for my, let's see, focus slots of 2. So I can save 2 from that roll, correct?
If you want to.
Right.
Yep, and they just basically stay until you use them.
Alright.
They also retain the facing that you rolled as well.
Yeah, 2 and an 8.
Alright. So, you get the full description now, even though it's dark. South of Scrap Village is the remains of a Golden Lion city, now a bomb-shelled quagmire of razor wire, blood-filled trenches, and the shells of broken war machines. So this is kind of a grim area to be wandering through, even if it were sunny and nice out. Alright. Let's see. I'm further going to... This isn't actually specified in here, although I probably should specify it. But you can see that the same kind of soldiery from the town is amassing a little bit south of you guys. It looks like they're about to start a battle. Like they're getting troops together, getting a tank ready to shell, that kind of stuff. So if you keep going southward, you're gonna have to go through an active war zone.
Would we be able to go around the war zone?
Well, yeah, if you curve to if you go far enough east to get away from that war zone, you kind of skirt around this like rocky pass and then head right into the Pride Lands, which is extremely dangerous because of the high winds. And if you go any further west, then you're gonna wind up going into that forbidden area that they were talking about.
Let's head towards the Pride Lands, but not like all the way in them.
That's,
Like just barely stay on the edge of the war zone itself.
that would still leave us in the war zone.
Yeah, if you want to push further south and make any progress, you've got to go through that war zone.
This binary.
Although, if as you're looking around, you can tell that as you get further south, you can actually see the defenders behind like this entrenched razor wire thing. It's more of those like knights errant guys from the Golden Lions. These guys actually have like guns and swords, unless they might have a fighting chance of surviving this. So, got that going for you. So yeah, and like you can kind of pick your poison here because like the battle hasn't yet begun. So this is a really good opportunity to do something that could really alter the outcome of that one way or the next.
Do we see... well, I guess I should be asking him if he sees anything that would look like a small squad of shadow vipers or...
I think I saw the huge amassing of them, right?
You saw the amass of the Golden Lions.
Yeah, you also see their leader, who is a mountain of a dude. wearing a Chalcedony mask and wielding this enormous black mystical blade. You can even hear him from this depth, giving some kind of like speech, one of those Lord Humongous speeches, just walk away, that kind of thing. Yeah, he's really philosophical and well spoken, but he's got like one of those super deep jerk voices. So sort of the opposite of Bane, and he's actually compelling.
Spouting this crap now.
But there is an actual like Shadow Viper warlord down there, so.
I take it those guys are probably pretty tough. I don't think we'll be able to take them on by ourselves. If we want...
But do you see any like groups of Shadow Vipers trying to hide or anything to ambush these guys when they leave? Because if we take them out, that'll get us some decent clout with the Golden Lions.
I don't think so, too.
Yeah, you'd have to actually stop this offensive. No, it looks like it's a pretty straightforward fight. And as a matter of fact, the Shadow Viper infantry, what are they called? The Red Flag Marauders is what they're called, are heavily relying on things like flashlights and torches to be able to see. The only guy who doesn't seem really bothered by the darkness, again, is their warlord, which makes a lot of sense. The Shadow Vipers are assassins.
Yeah.
They're well trained in the arts of subterfuge, and he probably has a similar ability to get high senses actions like you do.
I don't think we have anything that would be able to stop that. Let me see.
Like living batteries of mystical superpowers, and you're like, I don't know what we do to stop fights happening.
I'm just gonna walk up there and say, "Oh, Mr. Humongous, you better stop, or I'm gonna give you this egg." I'm going to.
I just started blasting. Like, I love that you're continuing that characterization of spiteful.
Oh boy!
I'm going to drop my mask on them for my Magnum Dong, and you're going to look at it.
Jesus. Okay.
I mean, technically speaking, we could probably take quite a few out just like by ourselves, but we have the Warlord and we have Lord Humongous.
True. But if we jump into the fray and make it obvious that we're taking out Shadow Vipers, it'll get the attention of the Golden Lions.
The Golden Lions are set up in a defensive position. They're not going to be one to come up to us. They might shoot at us.
But if they see us just going ape on these Shadow Vipers, it might, rally some of them.
It's true. They are quite prideful, aren't they?
Yeah, they're super big on pride.
Come on, guys. There's two guys here doing more effort than you guys on a fucking army. What are you pansy asses doing? Get out here.
Actually, how much health do I have? How much health do you have?
I have Aura 6.
Aura 6? I only have 5.
There's a lot of points in here where you guys can just kind of like fuck off and let the poor Golden Lions just get whittled away by these guys.
I mean,
that's incredible.
I don't know.
Oh, I love that I made this a thing that is now like morally your fault. Good job, me.
I suppose.
I mean, in every other playtest we've done, the Golden Lions have helped us out quite a bit.
I was a Golden Lion.
Exactly. We should help them out this time.
To be fair, you are also kind of a jerk, so
yeah,
I could see you justifying letting your comrades die.
Listen. They must be sacrificed so that he can
You're not
have his
Griffith
dream.
this time.
No, but they must be sacrificed now so that we can just walk past their barbed wire.
He has a good point.
Like, if we wait for them to just do that, then it'll be fine. The Golden Lions will die. And we'll probably be able to just walk on by. We have a package we're delivering to the Citadel, the Vipers, aren't we?
No.
That's even further south. It's in a Silver Phoenix Citadel.
Who are we working for again?
No, we're working for
group.
You're working for the Brotherhood of Freaks.
Brotherhood of Freaks, yeah.
But you are delivering to a Silver Phoenix, a fellow Silver Phoenix.
Okay. So we are delivering.
Oh, that's right. So yeah, we probably don't want to be late with this package.
Yeah. All right. So I suppose we could fight if you want to fight with them. You'll probably be the one that's actually going on full combat.
Well, yeah. I go in punching. I don't get to go in blasting.
I'm not blasting. I'm just holding out my hand going...
Well, you can kind of blast.
Yeah.
Remember, your all-weapons fist thing allows you to use any kind of weapon with your bare hand. So if you want to use, like, a ranged weapon or even a gun, you can. You just, like, point and people die. So...
I thought you had to do, like, the thing where you,
That's
like,
great.
caught the arrow, flipped it around, and just threw it.
I just pick up a rock and
Sorry,
throw
we
it as hard as a
characterize
bullet.
Let's see.
Yeah, see, another very creative use there.
All right.
Yeah, there's a lot of descriptive leeway in how you use your powers, but there's enough solidity to them in the rules that it's easy to like get something like tangible out of them.
Yeah. So
if you want detail on the pants that he's got there,
I like his boots.
If you want, you can run in there and start blasting. I'll come in behind and then also start blasting.
So it sounds like you guys want to fight, but you have the advantage that they don't know you're there, which, yeah, definitely useful in this scenario.
Are there any big chunks of like buildings?
Oh, yeah.
Or
yeah, let me. So here are some features of the battle zone to give you an idea. There are maze-like trenches filled with rainwater, blood, and bodies. Husks of war machines. The lion's concrete bunker, surrounded by strings of razor wire. There's also muddy stretches of desolate earth. Currently, these guys are in a muddy stretch of desolate earth. Yeah.
Are there any, I assume there's like several bodies of Shadow Vipers as well?
Oh yeah, there's like all sorts of bodies that are some identifiable, some not. There's some that are just entrails that have been eaten by rats.
As much as I hate it, I'm going to don some of the clothing of some of the Shadow Vipers.
Oh, you're so clever.
Yes, I am.
I didn't write down anything for this contingency. This is just going to be...
As much as I hate it, because they're assholes and they killed my friends and family and all that shit, I'm going to don some clothing, make myself look like a Shadow Viper. I imagine this guy over here doesn't give a shit one way or the other.
I'm literally too egotistical to put on anything other than my rags.
Yeah, I knew it.
I mean, can't you go invisible, though? Did I not give you that power?
I have destructive forces.
No, it's under psychometric harmony, isn't it? The thing that'll see you hide in plain sight.
Once per turn, you may absorb ambient magic from your surroundings.
Not the second chunk. Yeah, there should be something about where like you're just kind of like there, but nobody notices you. It's a huge paragraph, so I don't blame you for not being able to find it right away.
Be selectively visible and audible to only those of your choosing. Very last 2 lines or 3 lines.
Yeah, it's starting at the bracket 7. For the cost in bracket 7, so I'll need a 7, I think.
No, that's 7 prana.
So for 7 prana, I'll have to...
That's 7 out of your 10.
Well...
Damn.
I think that one's sustainable too. So you could spin that before combat even starts and get it all
and
back.
what's the facing you need?
I need
3 to 6.
Yeah.
So you couldn't actually sustain it though, since you only have a 2 and an 8 in your pool right now. Right now.
True, I'd roll for it, but it's...
Well, isn't it rank? It should be a rank 2 thing. So it's a...
Yeah, rank 2.
Yeah, so you could just do that and add it to your effortless, right, which is 1, and your mastery, and you get a rank freaking 4 senses action and sustain that before combat starts and
walk
just be
through
totally
shit.
Invisible.
So there's chunks of like big bodies of tanks.
Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff to interact with.
Before I go in, Zach,
get you guys role playing.
You know what you should do with your telekinesis shit?
If I use my telekinesis, I won't be able to use the harmony.
Why not?
Because it has a cost of 4. I can't use them in the same...
well, remember...
Oh, that's right. You could actually awaken your slumbering chakra.
I have 1.
Yeah, 1 chakra. Each chakra pool is 10 prana.
True, but when you start awakening chakra, you start to glow with the mystical energy. So you don't want to do that. However, I will say that whenever you're not fighting, and I should probably know this somewhere in this test somewhere, when you're not fighting, the assumption is that you have all the time you need to completely recover any available prana from your open chakras.
Okay, so I can just go invisible.
Yes, as long as the cost of any given thing is less than that 10, equal to or less than that 10, the assumption is that you can do it.
Okay.
What I was
now,
thinking,
it still takes an action. You only have a couple of actions before the war starts. But...
What I was thinking was you use your amazing telekinetic powers and start launching bodies of these tanks into the Shadow Viper's ranks. Kind of like a catapult.
Let me see if I have... yeah. Lift objects. Power mind alone. Lifting counts as a power action when lifting or an agility action when you're moving yourself. So I'd have to use a power action, and I don't really have those, and I would attempt to throw a tank, which would be
The tanks are I actually wrote down the amount they weigh, and it's absurd. Because they're based on modern tank designs, and they are extremely heavy.
That's why I was hoping they were chunks of buildings, because those are lighter.
Yeah, well, if you wanted to lift up an actual ordnance tank, those are 70 tons. I don't even know that the up to 6 chart covers that.
Shit.
Let me double check. I think I did that specifically because I wanted you guys to have to punch through them.
Well, I mean, I've left the intention of my face in a riot shield, so...
True. Yeah, rank 6, even a minor god cannot lift them. They can only deadlift 55 tons. So yeah, you actually would need even more powerful magic to lift one of those up. Let's assume you lift the whole thing up, though. There's probably a chunk that weighs considerably less than that. Like, there's certainly a few that you get by with a rank 5 result, or Titanic. That's enough to do 23 tons, the equivalent of a train car. Or even 4 Superhuman, which is 2 tons, which is like lifting and throwing an automobile.
Clearly no Kias in this world.
Well, I mean, okay.
No, they had to be broken down so they could be made into armor for the really, really big guys.
This guy knows.
I suppose I could do that, but that would require rank 4 action.
Yeah.
Pretty steep.
So there's no building chunks.
I only have 5 of them, so it would require a miracle for me to get 4.
That's not a miracle. I mean, because again, it gives you 1 rank right away, right?
Yeah, I guess that's...
So, and you have 2 in your effort slots, or in your focus slots. So if you happen to roll a 3, which isn't super likely granted, but it is within the realm of possibility, having that you've got 2 more there. If you get a 3, you could do it.
I don't think I...
Yeah, I mean, like, it's still... It's not super likely. I would say probably being invisible and just getting close and just fucking murdering them might be your better move. Mostly because, as I recall, your eerie force power, you can pump up to where it hits, like, everybody in a radius.
The destructive forces?
Yeah, destructive force.
Yeah, you extend your killing intent onto the world. The invisible force causes a sudden and eerie destruction. The manifest is invisible, a ranged strike, crushing or lacerating a foe for an additional cost of 5 prana, or 1d10 aggravation.
I'm going to stand behind you while you do that.
No, you should stand in front of me. And then I can say, oh, I didn't see you there.
Oh no, what happened?
I mean, you're pretty much... You're basically going to be invisible to these guys anyway, so... I'm a stand behind you.
So, for a cost of 9 prana, so that's
very expensive.
Yeah, one action to go invisible, then I use my regain my prana.
It'd be one action to become invisible, then you'd have to roll initiative to leap into combat with that.
Okay. I don't...
But you would be invisible. And the cool thing about being undetected by your opponent is that they cannot use any magic defense if they try to defend against your stuff.
Because they don't know.
Yep. They don't have enough time. They can defend kind of with like their training and reflexes, so they can still use effort, but they can't use magic. It's just that one moment too far.
Alright. So for I go invisible and then I roll initiative. And then I'd have to... I have my 10 prana back. And so for all of that with minus of 1. So essentially, the rest of my...
You're going into a big go home moment here. And then I'm going to jump in and help out.
True. Why don't you go big go home?
Well, because you have the potential to wipe out a lot at once.
Yeah, and there are a few targets. There's basically 2 squads of these guys that are really dangerous. There's their big boss, and then there's the tank they're leveling at these guys. Those are all priority targets.
Yeah.
Like, I can go in there and literally punch the tank down.
It's not going to be easy. But yeah, you could. Mostly because it specifically calls out whenever you set up negative vibrations with your pressure point attacks, that you can do that shit to vehicles. Because there's a famous scene in Fist of the North Star where he punches the tank to death. And that's how he does it. That's the explanation, is that he's got the vibration fists.
I mean, wouldn't I just be able to telekinesis the missile that's in the tank already and then just hold that there while they load another one and shoot? They go, wait a moment.
That's not bad. Do you need to be able to see what you're telekinesing?
With your mind alone, the default use of this technique is defensive. You probably... No, it doesn't say anything about it.
Okay. I might rule that you have to be able to sense it, but you do, as I recall, have a sense 3 action you're sustaining right now.
Yeah.
So I think you'd be able to kind of sense the vibrations if you were close enough to the tank. I will say that that'll work until they hit that trigger and make it go boom. Just because the raw force that it's pushing out.
Remember, we dropped one on a guy before.
Well, I mean, yeah, we did the same thing last time, but we just kept shooting until.
That's true.
Until the barrel.
It's almost like I learned from that playtest. Oh, make sure those fuckers die next time. Welcome to playtesting. I'll find a new way to kill you. I would like to point out that Edward doesn't actually have to roll for his because, I mean, what's there to roll? He described putting on the clothes. That seems like a reasonable disguise.
It's true.
It's dark. It's in the middle of a fucking war. Makes perfect sense that this would work.
Yeah. So I guess I could go invisible. I'll probably save the shockwave for very last, just in case.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you guys have to be pretty careful with your prana because, like, you can sort of what they do, like what I call alpha strike it, where you do really big attacks at the start. But if you don't win conclusively, you're going to get your asses kicked by just the amount of people
Which is what happened when I saved the city from the ambush.
Yes, that did happen.
Yeah, so
But I saved the fucking city.
I don't think I should use the destructive force quite yet.
And don't forget that you can cause all kinds of fucking havoc from being invisible and just just using your psychic force to pick guys off or sabotage the tank or even just taking cheap shots against their leader. Remember that the mass of these troops are subject to morale, and they may run away if things go south enough, fast enough.
Do I recognize their warlord by chance?
Actually,
No, he's kind of a no-name, unfortunately. Damn. Now, if you listen to him talk, he does identify that he is one of the disciples of Flesh-Eating Saint. So, or Flesh-Eating Sage, what do I call that guy?
Sage. Flesh-Eating Sage.
That's a really good name. I should call him Saint instead. I think that's got more weight to it. But okay, moving on. So, yeah, he is a disciple.
How about the Devourer of Saints?
No. You gotta say it the right way. Because I wanted to characterize it as though it was translated from a different language.
Never mind. We can do the big shockwave because psychometric harmony allows me at once per turn to absorb magical prana.
That's right. You're just like prana. Tasty.
Yeah, just once per turn, I'm just able to absorb.
That's right. So you actually have a recharging battery. I forgot that. You're the blue deck of Kung Fu Warriors. You even have I think you even have a counter spell.
Yeah, the prana leak. You twist your first prana into worthless Saturn.
Nice.
Thank you. I have no creativity.
Do you pay the 3?
Do you pay it? Well, yeah, no. So technically, I can do the big strike, and then I'll probably spend maybe a turn or two recharging before I'm even able to do like a telekinesis and grab the missile.
Right.
That should be more than enough time for them to shoot a missile at you.
And then you'll be
Excuse
fine.
me?
You'll be fine. That's our plan.
Bright side, tanks cannot aim straight down at their tracks, which is where I shall be.
That's clever.
Yeah, it's true.
No, they've got a huge blind spot that they can't aim down at.
And you can punch the hell out of it.
Yes, I can.
Man, we're already getting right to punching tanks.
Fuck yeah.
That's why I made this game.
All right. So yeah.
Until we make them explode, inevitably.
I mean, we could make them not explode.
Okay, so it
But
sounds
that's
like
not as fun.
You're invisible in your disguise, and the plan is to sneak up to them, and right before the attack begins, launch your offensive.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I'll just launch the big.
Now, are you going after those 2 squads of 10, or are you going to hit the leader?
Because the destructive force, invisible range strike, crushing, or lacerating throws. So if I target the big group, does that all count as one big pile of HP, or does that count as...
Oh, when you're targeting groups, it's one big pile.
Okay.
Especially with that attack. As I recall, you could just basically hit everyone within a certain range.
Oh yeah, every foe, element, and even the terrain.
Yeah. Do you remember, again, this is from that exact scene in Akira where he emerges from the hospital and he just, there's a bubble of destruction around him and it just squishes people. That's what's happening there.
All right.
So...
All right.
You're just going to walk into the middle of it and just, next thing you know, just bodies going...
Okay, so let me do some initiative for these guys.
Yeah. Well...
We should also probably roll them, huh?
Indeed.
Yep.
Alright, so there's Big Chungus. He gets an unfortunate 0. Let's see here. I guess that's a 10 in this circumstance. That's kind of good.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, so 1d10 to establish initiative. We got 3 for goons. And the other
Agility?
one's 4 for
I don't
goons.
have that skill as one of mine.
And
So
then I have 7 for the tank. Wow, the tank's fast. And of course, Chungus went really high. And then you get to roll your effort directly after that. I've actually forgotten what the effort of this guy is, so I'm going to look it up real quick. There he is. Ye-Man the Elephant Eater. 3rd degree strong. He has 8 effort. What a jerk. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I got a 9.
Bam. Yeah, I need a ton of dice for this.
Roll 1 for initiative.
Roll 1?
Just 1. Yep, you can replace it with a bid later on if you want to.
6.
Very good. All right.
I got a 9. He's got a 6.
9. Edward. And 6 is Zack Boy.
Zucka boy.
ZB. Zack Boy.
Zikaboy.
Zack Boy. It's like it's
Careful
a question.
now.
Do you know the son of the shepherd is Zikaboy?
You dare insult the son of a shepherd?
Alright.
It's the high quality Ed Nettie right there. Do you want to see the face of God?
Jesus.
Only cost a quarter.
Let's get to the fucking job.
That was so raw.
Made me so happy. Oh, and I guess these guys get to go too. They're gonna fight. Oh, they got a 10 as well. Look at them. All right, cool.
They're too powerful.
Kill them.
Kill me more.
2 people is nerf.
God. Oof.
All right, so it looks like right now the Golden Lions and Chungus are heading us off, followed by Ed. The tank's going to begin its bombardment after that, and then it's going to be Zakaboy, and then the 2 units of Vipers are going to do their advance and start fighting. So currently, no one has noticed you at all.
So, if we bid, does that mean that we're able to go before?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So if I bid a 3, does that just add to my 6 or?
Oh no, it replaces it with that die. So it's a single set of a die facing 3. So it's actually a 13 you replace it with. Even like there's the only overlap is if you roll a 10 and then bid a 0 facing die that's identical. But in any other case, you're bidding more than you could possibly have rolled. Because bidding is huge.
Alright, well, I can't use the 3 for my Destructive Force technique anyway.
Alright, so that puts you up to a 13 then. That which means you go first.
That's what we wanted.
Yeah, the bad guys aren't gonna do anything. Do you want to bid, Ed, to push you up to? Or
Do we get to replace that die in our effort pool, or is that...
No, it's gone.
Okay, so you changed that then.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
I didn't change that. That's how it's always been. Oh, you cheater.
You weren't clear on it before, so I did it the way I thought I
I
understood.
was super clear on it before, audience. I'll listen
Actually, I need all of my dice. I'm gonna stick it to the 10.
Okay, so that
Or the
means
9.
you're gonna head us out there, Captain Invisible. What was the plan?
Alright,
Or
so
he's gonna hit one of these.
I
Okay.
only need a rank 1, and that's literally anything between a 4 and a 9. So I'll use my 9,
I should roll their effort real quick.
and then using my 9 total prana, I will...
Man.
I don't know how much damage that does, actually.
I believe you roll for damage, mate.
Okay. Well, then I'll use it to one of the big groups of guys. So they all
cool.
go split.
Which one are you using
Split,
again?
huh?
Destructive force.
And then after Destructive Force, because it's a once per turn, I'll be able to use this and regain prana.
Look at you. Boop, 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 boo.
This is a really well
Well, ranged strike, crushing, lacerating the foe.
Yeah, I don't even have to be
Cost of
next to
5.
them.
These guys rolled freaking 2 sets of 3. They're crappy sets of 3. I just want to point out how impressive that is for these dumb assholes. Okay, so what was the total of your attack you were throwing at them?
I can only use 1, correct? 1 dice, or 1 number on them? Because if so, then I can only use the 1. Or can I use multiple dice that are within the facing ranges?
You have to use 1 set.
Okay, so my 1 set is a 9.
Okay, that's still a pretty good one though.
Yeah.
All right, and it's a rank 1, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that makes a total of rank 2.
Mhm.
It's the same thing as having rolled another 9. So that's a 29 you're going to hit them with.
Alright.
Pretty freaking cool. Unfortunately for you, these guys are apparently well trained enough that whenever they start feeling themselves like getting shaken apart, they know to hit the deck. And they do so in such a way that they're able to block with a pretty impressive 31. And not get injured by your strike. Now they still don't know that you're there because again you've maintained the action where you're invisible. But yeah, they start firing randomly in a panic, or they will start doing that on their initiative. But you have sown confusion in their ranks, so that's good.
All right, I will then begin to drink my giant Slurpee of chakra. I get 3 chakra back, so
That's not bad.
Three piranha in
You're at
your
4.
chakra.
Yeah, so I'm at 4 now, so I can use.
Nice. Now, don't forget, you can also, if you want to, this will ruin yourself, but if you do want to do this, you can use a set of 2 or higher with Spirit and open up your remaining chakra and then get all the number that you rolled back as prawn at the end of the turn.
No.
You're like, I prefer not to
And
do
be
that.
like, surprise, glowy floaty boy.
I'll keep my 4 because that allows that.
Yeah, you're also going to recover the recovery value of your chakra as well at the end of the turn.
So another 3.
Yeah, so you'll be almost filled back up. It's really a cool power.
I recover 6.
Yeah. We're all very impressed,
I mean,
sir.
that's cool, but I can like destroy you with my mind.
With his mind.
Actually, that gives me enough to do. I could technically go for another one, couldn't I? Because I get 2 attacks per turn with a single die. But that's.
Well,
It's melee attacks, isn't it?
Oh no, it's any kind of attack. Because remember, whenever you're using a power that's giving you a range with that, but you're still kind of using a melee attack with it because it's your brain.
Okay.
So yeah, if you want to do that again, you just can. If you've got if that 7 is enough. But remember, you don't get that until the end of the round.
All right.
So.
I'll go ahead and use my 8 then, and do it again, and I'll store my 7.
Very good. All right. So, hit them again. This one's going to be 28. Again, they're able to hit the deck. And weather the assault without any actual injury. Now, that does drain them of all of their cool power, and totally pins them at that point.
You're welcome.
But yeah.
All right, so that brings me back down to 0. Piranha?
Yep, you're all drained, you poor savage. All right.
You slowly float a little lower to the ground.
All right, so it's Big Boy's turn next. What's he gonna do? That's not super interesting whenever they don't have anything to do. I don't want to let the NPCs to fight, but I think that's what's gonna have to happen because he's. Let me see. What does he want to do? I think he's just gonna blast them. He's a jerk like that. So let's see here.
Why you gotta be that rude?
That's just how he is, man. Just how he is. Yeah, he'll shoot them with a beam of neon evil. That seems like a thing he'd do.
Just a beam of evil?
Beam of evil.
Alright, Zim.
Beam of evil.
That actually does sound like something Zim would do. Create something that would shoot a beam of evil.
Beam of
But he's not evil, he's the good guy.
Yeah.
He secretly was, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was a good guy. Technically.
He averted so many disasters because he wanted to conquer it for the Urkin Empire. I never actually thought about it before now.
No, he's the savior of Earth.
Yeah, no.
Hails him.
He's the good guy.
That's fucking great.
Okay, what's the facing on this monster? 6 through 9? He doesn't have any really good ones. I guess he's got this. So yeah, he'll use his 9. I think it's a rank. Is that a 1 or a 2? Oh, it's a rank 2 attack, dude. Awesome. All right. So
Rest in peace, Golden Lions.
well, why is it being a 39? He shoots at them. You see, that's
what
how you do
the
it.
hell?
Kabling! Yeah, he just takes his sword out, and just this neon ray of energy shoots at them and explodes. Meanwhile, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's see how well those guys defend against it. And I hate when the NPCs...
Set of 10.
I hate when the NPCs fight, but I don't really have another choice in this case. Oh, there they go. They actually have a 33 to defend themselves. No, they have a 43. Look at
Holy
these.
fuck.
Well, they defend themselves successfully. Good job, boys.
Darn.
That's all he wants to do.
No attacks are getting through this combat yet.
Boosh, boosh, boosh. Actually, they have advantage, too, which gives them a benefit that I have completely forgotten. But I'll look it up in a minute. Anyway, Edward's turn. I'm done with them now.
Okay. I need to know about a sledgehammer.
You need to know
Its
about it.
attack empowerment. Because I have to pay its costs.
Okay, it's only 1 to do Sledgehammer, and what it
Okay.
does is if you hit, it adds 2 more d10 to your strike and damage. Yeah, it's a huge benefit.
So I'm gonna climb up onto the tank, and I'm gonna put as big a dent as I can in the barrel.
Pow! Oh, damaging the barrel specifically, very clever.
Yes.
You would have thought that I would have statted that out. I didn't, but I think that we can rule this with the Tactical Infinity. Really, it shouldn't have more than 10 health. So if you can get past its armor, which is considerable, let's see, yeah, armor 4.
Okay.
So if you can do that 10 damage to it, you will have effectively destroyed.
So I'm gonna go down to 18 prana.
Here we go.
There's
Disadvantage.
the 7 for my facing on the all weapons fist. And then if I can get 2d10 because
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so because you're gonna hit it. So what's your total of your attack?
well I can't infuse it, so it's
You
17.
Can infuse it.
Can I?
Yeah, that's what infuse
Power.
does.
Oh,
Yeah,
all right.
it allows you to infuse is the thing that allows you to stack techniques, basically.
Okay. I don't know how I would be able to do that. Here's the thing.
Okay. Well, again, what are you trying to do? Like, to bring me back to first principles. You've got an attack of 17 you're throwing at it. Yeah, that's... I mean, like, you can touch it without any difficulty, but that's actually not going to get through the armor.
Right.
So...
Basically what I'm doing is infusing it with the power of the sledgehammer. Fists like this, overhead, just bringing it down as hard as I can on the barrel.
I get you. Mechanically, though, unfortunately, that might not actually help you out, because you have to get at least a rank 4 to affect it. So...
Even with the bonus damage.
Well, you get the bonus damage so you actually,
Right.
get through its armor.
So
So that's the thing. That's the real thing in your way. So, now, mind you, you have stuff that doesn't necessarily need to damage things to mess with them. Like the 3-8 closing finger sets up weird vibrations and things. Let's see. What else could you do? I don't know if you're going to be able to punch through this thing yet.
You might be able, if you can, I'd recommend just attempting to get rid of some of the extra guys, and then we go for the tank. Because, think about it, the tank is not going to risk shooting into a group of its own. I mean, it might. If you stand really close to the warlord, it probably won't shoot.
Yeah, let me see. If you used 6 prana, you could use all weapon fists to do a balanced weapon, which is a +1 rank to your attack. That still isn't going to get you all the way where you need to go, though.
Right.
You could also save some and then try attacking next turn.
I have I have 5 focus slots.
How about
prana? Oh no, I got 1
How about
focus
prana
slot. Never mind.
manipulation? That is rank 2. So here's what you do. So that costs 7, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So how much do you have right now available to you? You have like 20.
I've got a total of 20.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I guess before I even actually spend anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is facing 6 through 9, and you have a 9 right there. So you use that one, obviously. Okay. So you take your 9. You infuse it with all weapons fist as a balanced weapon. That costs 6 to do, but it increases the rank of the attack by 1.
Right.
So that's 29. Then, because it's infused, you can also activate Prana Puppeteer Manipulation, which is rank 2, also 6 through 9.
Right.
That gets you up to rank 4.
All right.
Let's see. And I think that's exactly what you needed, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Armor 4. So it'd be 49. It would hit by 9. And
All
then
right.
you're setting up these wonderful negative vibrations in it. And since it's only 1 more to infuse it with the super damage,
Right.
that winds up being a total of, 14 that you would infuse?
Yeah.
It's almost all of your prana, but when you hit the thing, you hit the shit out of it, right
we
in the
see
barrel.
a dent.
Pong! Okay.
All right. So. Pencil.
Yeah, it
Down
takes
to 6
a lot of magic, but because you have one of the only kung fus that stacks, you managed to punch the tank right in its tank dick. You punch it right in its tank penis.
It bends up slightly.
It bends up slightly.
Right curve
Wonderful.
Everyone hears a resounding thing.
All right, so you hit it by 9, plus 2d10. Plus, doesn't this add more to it on top of that? What was that?
That was a 9.
Okay, I think it was, yeah.
So.
There's 11 plus 9, that's 20, damn. All right, So that will utterly destroy that. But what is the prana puppeteer manipulation even
Rather than
do?
remaining paralyzed, I exercise complete control over its muscles and bodily movements. Actions are taken at an effort 0, otherwise identical to those performed by me.
So wait, that
performed
means-
by a healthy and capable human.
That seems to indicate to me that you choose the new target for the tank. So you hit the barrel.
Hi, Warlord.
Whoa.
Hang on. So,
Actually, no.
so it said by any human, didn't it?
Basically, I hit it so hard I actually make it spin around.
Well, hang on. Let's.
Double check.
Because it might just be any human. Because it has to be any typical action that would be taken by a normal human, wouldn't it?
Well, I mean, that's assuming that it's targeting a human. But these attacks specifically mess with vehicles, too. And I might not have specified exactly...
Remember, it's a play test.
Yeah.
He's been working on this a while.
Let's double check. Actually, I'm just going to look under the dramatic penalty here. Your limbs act as though they're catatonic. You may utilize...
Looking at 10 o'clock, by the way.
Speech. Alright, after this combat, we'll wrap it up. I think this is actually going to go really well for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of the Warlord, let's take out that other group of enemies.
No, let's take out the Golden Lions. We'll wipe both of them out, take all the loot.
Everyone dies, we win. That's how we do it here. 'Cause this is not our fight. We're here to deliver a stupid package to a stupid Phoenix.
But you can't do that. Screw you, I have console commands.
Belie a horrifying power.
I mean, I am literally floating. I think if anyone here has...
Oh,
console
you
hacks-
enabled fly, did you?
Yes, I did. Now you can't hit me.
Throws a rock at you,
Yeah,
your head
no,
explodes.
It looks like this just works the same way that you would expect it to. And in
Oh.
this case, sets up harmful vibrations in the tank, which this isn't actually enough to completely control it on every round. What it's going to do is make it much more difficult for them to control. It'll be like rank 2 for them to try to steer the thing. But on this round, since that can't manifest, you have complete control over it. And it hasn't taken its action yet. So guess whose initiative it goes on? Yours. So you hit the thing and you're like, oh, I got a big old gun now.
Well, there's a group of 10 guys there.
not
Let's
for
see if we
once.
can't reduce that down a little.
All right. Well, they as Zach destroyed their ability to defend themselves. The highest they have to defend themselves with now is a 19.
All right.
The Ordnance. Oh my god. The Ordnance is a rank 5 attack and creates a rank 3 shockwave in any featured impacts. So in addition to taking a rank 5 attack, they all take a rank 3 attack individually. So that they can't group their defense together.
Okay.
That is actually enough to completely pulverize them into nothing.
Well, bye, guys.
So they're toast.
Man, aren't you glad I just
So what else do you want to do?
consumed their entire defense?
So that's kind of crazy. So
All
this thing
right.
is got a rank 2 in balance. These guys are dead. Kaboosh!
And can it still move?
Yeah, you have complete control over
We're going to try to run over the Warlord.
Just take shock, fool!
Straight up. Just, hey,
Hey,
beep,
what?
beep.
Ah! Alright, let's see.
Let's GTA this guy.
That's pretty clever, actually. You know. I'm going to put a note in brackets. Movement rules. Didn't write those down.
Well, I wasn't expecting this scenario.
Well,
so...
that's why you playtest. Alright. One range, rank 5. It's
Took over a
It
tank,
does say it weighs
crushed a guy.
70 tons.
Ooh,
Which,
wait,
as we...
it's a rank 6 to lift.
it's a rank 6 to lift.
But
I
is
mean-
what's the rank to stop it, though?
Well, I mean, he's obviously going to try to dive out of the way
Aw.
instead of just squish it. He's like, oh shit!
Man, maybe if he was one of the freaks, he'd be able to just pick it up.
Yeah, I'm willing to bet that if you had Strength Mastery, you'd be able to. But no, you'd have to be able to break the effect chart. Well, anyway, I'm gonna say it's cumbersome enough that he probably has to do at least like a rank, I don't know, 1, maybe 2. Let's look at the agility as far as dodging and see what it says.
Wait, this-
No, well, it's not the old ones where he can run as fast as a motorcycle.
I mean, it is, but
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and tanks don't move that fast.
Well, I mean, I could always jump down and give it a little kick.
Well, that doesn't. It's not gonna make it go faster. You're just gonna destroy it.
True.
My foot went through something.
Yeah, rank 2
hey,
is
fuel
going to have
tank.
to dodge a sword swing, which is considerably harder to dodge than a tank. I'm going to say rank 1 will allow him to dodge it. So
Right.
he's going to take his 0 here
Yeah.
and chump out of there. Like, oh shit! He doesn't have to hit the deck and roll, though, and he's utterly disconcerted because half his army just vanished and the other half tried to run him over. What the hell?
This
What the
is
hell is
great.
Okay, so that was Zach and Dud.
And the tank.
And the tank.
And him, actually.
No, he still has his action, I believe.
No, he took the
blasted
shot at the
them,
golden lions.
who also acted. So, squad 1 of the goons is toast. Squad 2's going to roll initiative. Or roll a morale, which also I should put in the morale list for them.
Yeah.
Here we go, morale.
This did not go well for them at
Man,
all.
yeah, you guys really kind of fucked their world up a little bit. Let's see here. What is there? Yeah, they have loyalty 6. So if they roll a 7 or higher on this D10, they split. They're done. They roll a 2, deciding to fight on. They don't know who to fight on, so they're just gonna bunker down because you're invisible and like you're just. Are you still on the front of the tank?
Yep.
Yeah,
Still just there.
Yeah, so I don't think they even see you at this point. So the lions at this point are like, "Are we winning? How are we winning? Didn't you just shoot us with a beam? Man, they're having some trouble over there." How much does this guy have for? This guy has 2 focus slots. Cool. He's gonna take his 2 2s and focus them for next round. Okay.
Yes.
That's the end of the round, folks.
I forgot about that, actually.
So you get to regain 6.
6. And
You
I'm
already
gonna
used
put
yours, didn't you?
No, I
8
slurped that.
in my
Oh, that's
slot.
right. That's for the slurping. So you regain 3.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys regain some prawn at the end of this round.
Yep.
We start at the beginning next. Actually, you regain some too. How much are you going to regain, Yemen? Nobody cares what his name is. Oh, he gets 6 back, so all but 1. He's actually doing pretty good. Oh, we should have opened up a chakra. I guess he was distracted.
Well, I mean, he was about to get crushed by a tank, so understandable.
Okay, so the tank crew is going to have to get a rank 2 to wrest this thing's controls completely away from you. However, that does mean you can't control it unless you hit it again and do some more vibrations. So, we'll see.
You can
how
probably
that
guess
works
what I'm going to attempt to do.
out. Oh,
Well,
I
it
know
also
what
might
I'd attempt
destroy.
to do.
Well, it's probably going to destroy the tank if you hit it again.
That's true.
Alright, so
So we are re-rolling our effort pool,
Yeah.
correct?
effort and initiative. So I'll go ahead and do effort first. 3 and 8. Hey, this guy got some pretty tight rolls this time. And he gets...
Hey, I have a rank 2.
Oh, he gets a 9.
Alright.
Alright. So
Rank 2. So I can probably destroy.
I got a 1.
I got a 4.
goons get a 7. A 1 and a 4.
Yeah.
Not too shabby. Lions get a 9. Wow, these guys rule. And the tank gets a mighty 10. That tank's actually going to go first this time. That's good. I wonder if they're actually going to be able to wrest this thing away from you. Now, that assumes nobody wants to bid.
I'll bid 1.
Bing! So it's a 10? Oh, no, it's 11 for you. Alright. This guy still doesn't know who he's fighting. That's kind of tragic.
Is he going to bid anything?
I'm thinking about it. Because he got a 9, which is, in my estimation, pretty good. I guess he could bid his 3 and get a 13. So that's what he's going to do. Yeah, he's going to bump that up.
The tank?
No, Chungus.
Do I really want to fight Chungus? Or is Chungus the only one left?
Chungus, there's a squad, too, that hasn't done anything.
Just standing there?
Yeah, they're going at 7. They're waiting for his instructions.
Just standing there?
They're just kind of standing there, waiting for the next shoe to drop.
Well, I guess I know who I'm going to have to kill next.
Roll sets of 3 now, you bastards.
So I don't have to get through its armor again, right?
You do have to get through its armor again.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's going to be
it's going to be expensive. Don't forget, you still have the ability to pop open more of your chakra.
That is
although
true.
It makes you very obvious because you start glowing with energy.
However, if we succeed here, probably just use the tank to take him out.
Yeah, it's a big hit. The guy's pretty tough though. So.
True.
If you want to use your big power right now, I mean, it's fine. I'm still here. I'll still be blasting.
I started blasting.
So I just stood in the back and I just started blasting. Like, everyone just started hitting the deck. But yeah, if you want, you can. I
Okay.
won't stop you.
Yeah, right now.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and rip off the.
Do you want to do any bidding, Edward? Because right now the
yes.
13 is our highest.
I'll raise it to 14.
14? Okay.
Oh, does that mean I get my 1 back? No.
No, the
Okay.
the
That
other,
was bid. That's
yeah. The additional
gone.
D10 is just completely replaced by bids.
Okay.
You said 14, Ed?
Yeah.
All right. Man, kind of 14. Okay, yeah, we'll keep it there. He's not going to bid up any higher.
All right.
All right, so
Wait,
I'm gonna,
it goes Ed, Chungus, and then you, unless you want to bid again.
well, no, because that's why I was gonna have a question. So if I bid again, does that mean that my original bid is replaced?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so you'll get your original bid back and just swap it out.
All right. And you bid a 14, right?
Mhm.
And he's bid a 13.
Hmm.
I don't really need a 4, so I'll bid a 14. We can go together.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that'll bump your initiative up to 14.
we're about to be like, surprise, motherfuckers!
Yep, and you guys will be going first this round then.
All right. Would you like to go first? Or?
Yes, and I will power up for a total. For a total of 40 prana.
Remember, you gotta roll for that.
I do.
You gotta use
Okay,
spirit
how do I do
actions
that?
for it.
Okay, how do I do that again?
You
'Cause
use a
that's-
rank 2 spirit action.
So I just roll again, or
Nah, you gotta use the dice you rolled.
You don't have a rank 2, do you?
I definitely don't, so I can't power up.
Yep. Well, how much prana do you have left?
12. I'm too short from being able to do that thing again.
The exact same thing. Well, what do you got as
Yeah.
far as what you rolled?
I had a 2, 5, and 7, which is everything I need to do it again except for the prana.
Yeah.
Don't forget about your 8.
You got an 8 in the focus slot, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
However, looking back now, I should have saved the 7 since I got a 7 again.
Sure, we're not
And
even sure
that
the
would've-
tank's... Right now, the tank might be paralyzed. They might not actually be able to do anything. Let me see, because they don't have a full... Their crew isn't 10 people. Their crew is 4 people. So, this is all they get to roll.
Oh,
to see. Yeah,
man.
it's really not that great. Yeah, actually, they've got a 21. That is just enough to wrench control and be able to use it again. They won't be able to fire at anyone, because, again, you guys aren't really noticeable right now. But they will be able to wrench it back.
True.
So they don't lose control anymore.
You can go over there and start beating up on Chungus.
If you want, I highly doubt the tank's gonna start shooting at you if you're right next to Chungus, unless he
True.
commands shoot me. I don't know. The Vipers don't seem like the Swiss. Well,
You think about the Scorpions, though. The Scorpions would be like, yeah, shoot me with the tank shell.
I mean,
If
yeah.
I'm going out, this guy's going with me.
Didn't one of them just eat the entire fire from a tank explosion?
Yeah. Yeah, because you hit her with it, which hurt, but the surrounding shockwave and explosion
She was able to
powered her
absorb.
back up.
Yeah.
But
Oh.
we dropped an exploding tank on her.
Yes,
so,
true. Yeah,
uh,
that was quite a battle. We should have recorded that one. Yeah,
That
you're not
was
seeing the
great.
weakness of the Enlightened Heroes. If you don't start opening up your chakra pretty early,
Yeah.
like, you can start losing that race, and you really rely on them in the later rounds.
All right.
I mean, if you want, I can hold the 3 open and make him pay the extra 3 to use any of his techniques.
Truth. He's at 19 prana, so he might be able to do it.
He might be able to. Well, does that bloat me out of invisibility if I counterspell him?
No, not at all. The only thing that will bloop you out of invisibility is if you start opening chakra or if you attack, and that's not an attack. So, yeah, it's one of the. I actually designed those guys to be a gigantic pain in the ass. So,
And they definitely succeeded.
I mean, yeah, I took out 2 3 scores with one success each.
yeah, they're a gigantic pain in the ass.
Just barely though. Just I
Oh,
had.
that's the cat.
Yep.
Yeah.
I told you she'd be fine out there. She can just whine for a while. That's what she gets for dashing out. Big opportunist.
You could probably attempt to just beat him in single-handed combat.
Truth.
I think that I might actually be able to win.
He's got twice as many effort dice as you see.
Yeah, I know.
So he
That's
also has
the only sad part.
he also has this wonderful set here. So he's actually got 3 sets of 2 he could pound you pretty meanly with.
Yeah.
But again, you guys both go before him, which means you kind of flipped his sets. Like, these could all be defenses for him.
Mm-hmm.
And as we saw before, you could pretty easily get 30s. So,
Yeah, I can.
also,
I
don't you have an ability to, like, grapple people with your mind? That could fuck him up pretty bad.
have telekinesis. I can lift someone.
That's not bad. Is that the one that lets you, or is that the one that lets you do a ranged grapple? Because there's one that lets you do a ranged grapple, and grapple now gives him disadvantage, which effectively increases his attack power by 1 rank.
No, telekinesis is defensive. I can puppeteer myself away floating with grace.
Okay, that's the one that just moves you.
Yeah.
Maybe destructive force, or is that just pure offense?
I think that one's pure offense.
Okay.
Again, it wouldn't be a bad thing to throw in. But this guy's uninjured right now, and he's, like I said, he is a living tank. He's gigantic.
My only offensive ability is...
How many health do you have, buddy? He has 7 health. God, what an asshole.
Yeah, my only offensive capability is my destructive forces. Technically, well, no, because that's defensive as well. I'm literally a defensive person. I just have the one really good offensive ability, which I mean is all I need.
Also, how sad she sounds.
Also, what does aggravation do?
Aggravation is whenever they have an imbalance, like a lingering injury, you can make it worse.
Oh.
Yeah, it's super useful.
I'm really good at that. As we noticed on the train in that first session.
Oh my god.
So if I add 1d10 aggravation, does that put me at risk of taking one?
That helps me out a lot.
Yeah, I remember you build aggravation towards that mutation. So if it ever gets to 10 or more, the first rank of that manifests, and that is what happens to you for the rest of the round. Now, you can, in subsequent rounds, choose to take a small mechanical penalty. You'll just take an effort die off your roll before you roll and suppress that, but it sticks around until you heal it, which takes a while.
So I can spend 4 and roll a d10, hope I don't get a 10, to essentially blast at a range again.
Mm-hmm.
Or... Actually, no, that affects all foes.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, it's everyone who's in this battlefield right now.
even the White Lions? Or no?
They're not foes.
Okay.
Right now they're neutral. I mean, like, so.
Alright, so yeah, so if I want to use the d10, I can essentially make them all waste a die or take a ton of damage. However, there is a small risk that I become a monster. I become quite visible.
God, I love this game. I think I did a good job, guys. Everything that's happened so far has instructed me that I've done well at this.
It is only a 10% chance, but it is a 10% chance.
That's a 10% chance. And when you say, I have a 10% chance of becoming a raging monster, suddenly, with the tank barrel looking down at you, that seems a lot more serious.
Yeah. Or I can get really lucky and roll a 5. No, I'll have to roll...
Yeah, don't forget about good old-fashioned dismantling this dude with your fists. Your fists are worth more than him by a significant margin. And don't forget, if you manage to get 10 aggravation on him in any of your Prana Puppeteer stuff, that's what happens to him for the rest of the round, totally shutting down his offense.
Yeah.
An extremely powerful status effect.
Alright, so...
Man, she is caterwauling out there. I'm going to let her in real quick while you guys debate the strategy. And I'm going to try not to tilt that cantor over on me.
Thinking about going all weapons fist, using a balanced weapon to get my rank up by 1. And using 3 gates closing finger to try to disable some of his limbs.
Not bad.
That could work. That'll get
Hello,
his...
Mira. Oh, God. We're having a risk with a cat problem.
Oh, and
Yep.
she struck.
Hey, why don't you sit on my
Remember what you
lap?
had?
Sure. It's the highest possible number it could have been.
I know I had 2 6s because I had 1 in the effort pool and I had 1 in here because that was my ace in the hole. I think this one was like a 5 or something. I don't know, some weak number like that.
No, because you used the 4. Never mind. Okay, so should be 5,
That's enough. I'll put you back outside if you don't move.
9.
Yeah, no, because I would have used the 4 because that was my second lowest. I think.
All right, this is gonna be 9 prana,
Oh, jeez.
but I'm gonna be able to do it. So it's gonna be a combination of all weapons fist, and I'm choosing to empower it with the balanced weapon for a rank 2. And then using 3 gates closing finger to attempt to aggravate his the paralysis to completely shut down his arms.
Gorgeous.
So, and then let's see, 4 to 7. So we're gonna use a 5 on all weapons fist, and a 7 on 3 gates for the facings.
Okay. You don't actually have to use 2 dice for that. Because remember, All Weapons
Oh?
Fist... Yeah, remember, what All Weapons Fist is doing, you have to worry about those, the brackets. That's if you're using it as a skill. What All Weapons Fist does is just kind of add that extra rank to whatever other thing you're using.
Okay, so
yeah.
it's actually...
Yeah, so just pay attention to the...
That's 3.
Yeah, 3 close each finger. So if you have a 6 through 9, just use a single die with that.
Alright, well then that's actually only because 1 for the weapon, 1 for the cost there.
So that's, rank 1 from that, rank 2 from that, rank 3 from that.
Yeah.
So it's a 37 to hit him with.
Yeah.
Here's the great thing. You're effectively, like, leaping off the tank, I assume, and then just, like, kidney punching this asshole in a pressure point.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's no way he saw that coming. So I'm going to
Not from his own fucking guy.
Right, you're still in uniform. Now, he'll know that you're a hostile after this moment, but I think he's assuming that you're rushing up to him for some other reason. So he can't, because I'm going to count that as stealth, he can't use magic to defend himself. He's got a great magic defense. Not in this case. He's just going to use his 2 9s here to give himself a 29 to defend with. And that's all he can do. He doesn't have a defensive weapon. He doesn't have any specific, etc. So what was your total again? It was 37?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's what, 6? No, 8 you hit him with.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so plock with 8. So he's got 8 aggravation towards the bodily paralysis. Now, unfortunately, that's not enough to actually tilt him over the edge.
Right.
But you do, like, hit him with your vibrating hand and go, "Whata!" What the hell?
Oh shit!
Fuck off, Beagle.
Jesus, I thought we were done with that.
We'll never be done with that.
Oh god.
It's gonna keep coming up.
That's civilization, sir.
I'm
Now,
just gonna get a random fucking message
You-
from you at like 3 in the morning.
I need to find a way to transliterate that to text. Anyway, now, because you are using your bare hands, you can get an additional strike with a single die if you want to.
Oh.
Indeed. Ooh.
So roll it for... Is that what I'm hearing? Or...
No,
You can use that
Use
8
the
in your
dice that you have here.
Oh. Okay.
Would you fuck off, Mira?
Alright, so walk me through this one.
Fuck off,
So
Beagle.
if you use the 8, you
Right.
essentially get an additional attack with that attack, but with the 8.
Well, you still have to spin the prana for it if you want to do anything
Right.
else. But you could just punch him with the 8, so it'd be an 18 to hit him in the head with. But, depending on how much prana you have left...
I can do that exact same thing again.
Would they do that exact same thing again?
Down to 4, but that's still enough for me to go defensive if I have to.
And that's what, 38?
Yeah.
He's got a 28, so that's actually another 10 that gets added to that. So he's up to 18. So yeah, now you've got the bodily paralysis that hits him.
Yeah.
So he can't actually move, can he? Like, he can only do defensive stuff, but he can't actually like fight or move at all.
Yep.
He's like, what did you do to me? Blah.
Well, actually, the best thing is I could be a bit more specific with that to just saying that he can't use his arms.
Well, you can
Basically,
still kick-
basically that scene from Avatar where it was Sokka and Ty Lee.
he can still kick you though.
His crescent kicks you in the mouth. Take that.
Yeah, that's where this is gonna come in.
Just paralyze him, man.
All right.
All right. And I
Hey,
think-
you're not gonna move anymore. Thunk.
Truth. Also, that's all he has left to defend himself with, and all he can do is defend himself now. Zach?
Damage boy.
Now, he can use his magic defense now if he wants to, because he now realizes he's being attacked. Not against you, though, Zach, because you're invisible. Now, if you attack him, you will become visible, but
5,
D&D
4.
mechanics there.
Okay, so I have exactly 8. I have exactly.
Oh, you psychometric. Very good.
Yeah, before my attacks.
Yeah, he used to be an enlightened character, but I changed him to cunning, because the amount of prana he generated was kind of stupid. And he didn't feel enlightened to me. He didn't feel like a wizard anymore. He felt like a savage bastard.
I mean, I'm playing him as a savage bastard.
Yeah, so I feel like cunning was a better archetype for him. And also, it gives him more focus slots, so he can hold more stuff, and that's really useful for a guy like him.
I feel like that fits more with his inherent design.
Yeah, I think it works. Like, mechanically, it's a better representation, I feel like. And I think, actually, he works really good as an enlightened character, because he does a bunch of tricks.
Alright, let's see. So I can attempt to smash.
Becca, let me smash.
So that would
Bitches
use
dig
it
sticks.
2 degrees. Huh?
I said bitches dig sticks. Get stick.
I
Got
can take a
blue stick.
D10
Got stick, let me
aggravation.
smash.
And let's see.
No run.
I love her robot voice. No run.
So I'll take the D10 aggravation.
Oh Jesus! All right, let's see. Let's see. If
Oh,
you
fuck.
Go, let's see if you go rogue.
3!
Oh, dicks.
Oh.
But you're slightly mutated. Your skin rebels just for a second. God, 3.
You get some bubbles on your face.
You lucky son of a gun.
So I'll use my 2 degrees of success and my destructive force. So every enemy in the area will take a 2-degree attack
Oh jeez.
damage from it.
Oh jeez. That includes the tank crew.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Well, they can defend themselves. They got a 21.
But can't they defend against me magically? Because they don't know I'm here. Because I didn't attack them.
Oh, they're not using magic. They're just using their normal dice.
Oh.
So that, again, I'm assuming that means that they can somehow take some sort of defense against that within the hull of the tank.
Okay, well, doesn't the... so what exactly did you do?
Essentially, I just force slammed everyone to the ground.
Well, what's the total of the attack?
The total of the attack is a 2 rank 6, so that's 26.
26. Well, even if they did their 21, they're still taking 5 damage. So those guys are going to take 5.
26, yeah.
The tank will be unharmed because its armor is really good.
Wouldn't it be 36?
Oh, yeah.
This is with destructive force, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
you're right.
That's a 36.
Okay, so yes, it would be 36 instead.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, with 36, that's...
Their heads explode.
Well, and...
Have you guys seen Scanners?
Why do you want to be on here?
Because she wants to go up there and eat, more than likely.
That makes sense. Yeah, and actually, I think you attack them individually, so I think that they just fucking die.
Yeah, no, it's each character, every foe.
Alright, so the goons are dead, and the tank crew is dead. The tank itself is not dead, but...
It's not looking too good.
well, now knowing nobody can control it but you. So... and this guy takes, what, you said 36?
Yeah.
Okay, and he can't magically defend himself, so the most he can do is 17 to ameliorate that. So that kind of sucks.
Is 29? No.
No, 19.
19, not.
Yeah, so we'll take 19 damage. Actually, he can ameliorate some of that with his aura, which is the health before your health.
Mm-hmm.
He has aura 15, so he'll soak up 15 damage there, and that means he takes 4 proper damage.
Hey, he actually starts bleeding.
So it's
My ass getting kicked.
Tank's turn now, right?
I could actually do that again.
Oh shit! Isn't it the tank's turn? It's.
If you can do it again, you
can-
really want to risk it?
I could do it again, and I can
Oh,
only...
that's right, but you don't have to do the aggravation part to boost it.
No, I can do it again and only target him.
Yeah, man, do it. He's only got a 16 to defend himself with, and he's starting to run low on defenses.
Yeah,
You guys really
And-
tag teamed him pretty good.
If I have to, tank.
And I don't feel like he's going to... I'll put that back in there. He's not going to really attack at me.
No,
and
that's,
there's only him left, isn't there, on this side?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll just throw another 18, 28 at him.
28? Wow. He's got a 16 to defend with, so that's 12?
Mm-hmm.
That sucks. So he's up to... It's a damage box. So he takes I changed the rules on this a little bit. He doesn't take imbalance from that, but he takes a rank 1 injury from that. So you can choose to mostly injure his upper or lower body. Lower body hurts his ability to move, and upper body hurts his ability to use a weapon. He actually, as I described before, has like this giant magic Chalcedony like sword thing. So pretty useful thing to keep him from being able to use without taking a penalty. Otherwise, hurting his legs prevents him from fleeing, or otherwise like moving around and getting a better advantage on you guys.
So he's already paralyzed, so he can't use it.
Not this round. Next round he can take that's only like a rank 1 imbalance, so he can take 1 die off his pool, which gives him 7 still, and still use all of his powers. This round it's pretty crippling, but like this is your opportunity to wail on him.
Alright, so yeah, if I destroy his arms, that means he won't be able to use it for the rest of combat, correct? Or...
Yeah, if he wants to use his weapon, he has to take another 1 die penalty. And then if you do, in increasing that imbalance, it'll become a larger and larger penalty.
Alright, so... Do we want to prevent him from running, or do we want to prevent him from attacking? Because I feel like you'll be able to essentially put the stick in him if I prevent him from running.
If you can prevent him from running, I can probably use the tank and kill him.
Alright, so I'll destroy his legs.
Said the tank was a rank 5 plus another rank 3.
Yeah, yes. Now, being as that he's in the epicenter, he won't take the 3, but he will take the 5.
Holy shit, that's a rank 5, though. Holy shit.
Alright, so you pull the trigger on him.
Yeah.
He's only got a 10 to defend himself with at this point. Although he actually technically also has effortless defense that he can use, which is 2, which is better than that 10. So we might use that instead.
Well, it's still a tank going kaboom.
Yeah, he can use his defense against that one because he can see that one. Now that you've attacked him, I think he can see both of you guys too. So tank fires at him and he's like, "Oh shit!" And he will use one of his techniques to blend in with the shadows and become insubstantial for a moment. Wow, is that rank 3? Damn, son.
Do you have a rank 3?
He does. It's 13 prana to do that. But so it drains him pretty bad. But it's a rank 3 defense. And I believe it, 0 to 3. It can couple with his 0 here and become a rank 4 defense. So he will drop 40 off of that 5 and take 10 damage. So, boosh. Still hurts. So that's another rank.
Tank's damn tank shell to the chest.
Yep. He just blips out for just that second before absorbing its full impact. So, good for him. Now, do you want that to damage his legs more, or do you want that to damage his arms in this case? In this case, it'll increase the penalty he has to take for legs.
I would say legs, 'cause at this point he's got no army, his tank is firing on him. Yeah. More than likely he's going to try to flee.
Truth. And I think it's his turn after the tank.
Yeah.
But he's out of effort and paralyzed, so he's just going to stand there trying to regain control of his body.
Alright, I'm going to stash a 5.
Okay, and don't forget to recover some prana for this turn.
3.
This guy
I'm up to 10.
recovers 6, so he's up to 12.
I don't think mana leaking him is a good idea. I don't think
Oh, I guess he has these 2 twos there, but I'm not going to use them. Alright, so now we're up to some imbalance decisions. So now we've got the boss, Ed and Zach. Which I will always misspell.
Zach?
I always, yeah. Oh, we got a 10 this time. That's pretty good. Alright,
10
so,
is 0, right?
yeah. For the 1d10 for defense. For initiative. You got a 9, look at you. Alright, I would like to point out that one of the other things you can use is you can use 4 prana at the beginning of the round to simply increase your initiative by 1 rank. All weapons closing, or all weapons fist, can give you the spear power. What'd you get, Zach?
That's right.
I got a 4.
4? Ah, you suck. Yeah, boss got a 10 this time. He is going to take the 3 die penalty and not deal with the imbalances this turn. 3, 4, 5.
Pretty much by sheer force of will.
Sheer force of will. Yeah, he does that thing that Jaggy does where he like pokes his own pressure points and he's like, "Not today, you assassins."
Hey, that's my shtick.
Guess where I stole it from?
Guess where I learned it from.
Oh! There we go. Hey, you actually rolled pretty good.
Not for long.
Considering that
I can imagine that's the exact way that dialogue would go down, too.
Well, now it is. That's canon. 100%.
Alright, love
That's the way
it.
it happened.
Alright. So, I'll bid for a 2 because I don't like going last.
Oh, do a 12? Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. What's he gonna do? He's pretty cool going after you, but before Ed, he wants to kick Edward's ass really bad. Paralyze me, will ya? I'll tear your limb from limb. You'll face my steel this day, upstart. Do you want to bid, Edward?
I'll go 12.
You want to hear 12? Okay.
I'm also going to go 12, yeah.
Alright. Alright, I see how you're doing there. He'll bid his 9 then. Go 19. That's what he's
Shit.
doing.
I will also bid my 9.
Oh, fuck.
Ho, ho. We have a challenger.
New challenger approaches.
How about you, Ed?
Yeah, I cannot raise anything else.
Okay, he'll keep with the 9, but we have to roll off now.
Okay.
So I suppose I get my 2 back.
Nope. Not how it works. He gets a 10, fool.
I get a 6.
Well, looks like he gets the plus then. That for Edward instead. That should have been
Oh,
6.
well. Sorry, Ed. It looks like you're getting your ass kicked.
This is true. Yeah, he's cool with just kicking this guy's ass. Oh, I'm going to enjoy this. And he runs away. Oh God!
Wait,
Bobby!
what? Do we not get to try to jump on his ass for trying to run?
Well, we could, but I think it's probably time to wrap this up. And this is a good time.
Man. Oh yeah, it's 10:30, I guess.
Yep, we've had enough.
What the fuck? Coward ass bitch.
That's how you guys inadvertently saved the small troop of golden lions. Who
I look
killed these
over the
heroes.
golden lions. Pansy ass.
Now feel worship to me.
Well, behold your new gods. All right,
Pretty
so
fucking much.
that is Lone Wolf Fists. Hope you all enjoyed that.
God, it was good to play this again.
Absolutely wonderful.
All right, let's hit the button. I'm gonna upload this to YouTube. Bye, you lovely folks.